What's up, you guys? Can everybody hear me? Yes, that okay, bet. Great evening, great evening. So I'm extremely excited. First off, let me introduce myself. My name is Madi. I've been in the business and with the gang for 7 years now. It seems so long ago that I started my journey. A little bit about my journey, fitness-wise, should I say. I was a self-proclaimed gym rat before I started Herbalife. I lost 15 pounds on my own, plateaued, and I couldn't figure out what was the issue. Unbeknownst to me, I was one of those people that was like, oh, I'll eat whatever I want and I'll just go burn it off at the gym. And that's wrong. So Herbalife found me through my health coach. And I stalked her for about 2 weeks, watched her lose her pouch, and I was sold. Fast forward, I lost 41 pounds. I have a whole herbal toddler now. I'm up as of recently 16 pounds of lean muscle in all the right places, and I'm still working on my mummy belly. But enough about me. Let's get into the guest speaker. Like I said, this one, when I found out who it was, I was like, I have to do the edification. Cool, let me do this. And he was like, Marty, it's all yours. So I affectionately, some of us call her Lil Baby, and I will give you insight on as to why. But to give her a proper introduction, we have Get team member Miss Catrina Aguilar coming to y'all and giving y'all what I can only imagine is just the realest of the real. When I tell y'all, she really is not a sugarcoat type person, but she's just so loving. A little bit about her: she's currently 21, yet she started the business in high school, y'all. I can honestly say I remember the day that she walked across the stage at our success training seminar, STS, and introduced herself and told us that she went about joining Herbalife without her parents knowing. So it was like, whoa, first I was like, did she just say that? Those of us that were there, remember that? We were like, oh my God, who is this little girl? Mind you, at that time, we could say that because she was still in high school, bet. But guess where she was sitting? At the front. When we get back to these actual trainings, we'll realize that when you do certain points, you can sit VIP. I've always known Lil Baby to sit at VIP, always. And I call her that because when we found out how young she was, we were like, what? No, wait, you mean to tell me she's in high school and she's doing what numbers? So just to know, there's no age limit. Anybody can do this business, you guys. Yes, teenagers can do it with consent starting at 14. So just the FYI, if you have kids that are watching you and they want to make a little extra income, please feel free to do so. She's down 20 pounds. I ain't even gonna say, I don't know how many. Boy, she's cakey. I'm just gonna say that. If you don't follow on Instagram, make sure you get her tag, her hashtag, her tagline, or whatever you call it. And her favorite product is Rebuild. Y'all will see why. That's all I'm saying. Healthy gains in all the right places. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass it over to Lil Baby, affectionately, Miss Catrina, Get team member.
I love you. I love you so much, and I miss you guys so much. I could just hug you and just I miss you. But I'm gonna go into my story a little bit. My name is Catrina. I started Herbalife in high school. I didn't have no college experience. Obviously, after that, I was sold. I didn't have a blueprint. My sponsors are a lot older than me. They're like 50 something. They didn't even have social media. They work it today, but I don't know what they do. I don't even know if I follow them. Literally, like you could start from wherever. You don't have to have all the pieces. You don't have to have somebody hold your hand the whole way. Like I was 17 coming in. So I was really just like pure energy and just like drive. I wouldn't even say hustle, because like when people would say hustle, they'd be like, damn, like she has hustle. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, you know, I knew like I had to make ends meet because I moved out already. I moved out my first week of high school. So I literally like as soon as I graduated, I moved out because I don't come from the most loving, healthy family. I come from a very toxic family, actually. And so me and my mom, we were having some creative differences in the house. And I said, you know what? I'm going to leave. I'm going to pack my shit and I'm going to go. And she thought I was kidding. And I knew I was serious, but I didn't have a plan, right? So I moved out. I go and I live with a friend and I'm like, okay, so how much I got to pay? How much is rent? How much is like, I'm like, okay, I could retail this, right? And so mind you, me and my mom's relationship, like I said, was so bad, right? It was so bad. And I was like, okay, I know when I was little, she always said, when we watched Lilo and Stitch, she's like, one day I'm gonna take you to Hawaii. And I was like, so it was like a cute little, memory or whatever. But like, I wanted to make that true. I wanted to make that reality. So I put together a 90-day plan. Shout out to Jerry because he helped me with it. I had no idea what a 90-day plan was. I was like, it just sounded like Herbalife, like throw up, honestly coming in. I was like, oh my gosh, here they go again. Here's this and then do this. And it's like, no, I don't have to do all that. I could figure it out without it, right? And so he's like, just do this every single day consistently. And I was like, okay, fine. And so mind you, I had already got to, when I started going to the what is it? STSs. Sorry, it's been so long. The STSs, like I was getting complimented for my results, but like my business wasn't like super, super up to par yet, right? But when it was, and I hit my first month of what was it, 2018? I think it was 2018, 2019. Anyways, my first month on social media, I did 6.4K volume. So this is like going all in, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, like I did this, right? And this is what I said. Okay, I want you guys to really mark this down because this is my mindset then. I said, I did this all without personal development. Like I don't even have to do it, right? So this is me saying at the time, like, okay, not that I wasn't saying like I was too good, but I was stubborn. I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to learn more. I didn't want to do what everybody was telling me to do. I felt like it was just too much. And until I got out of my own way and until I was able to be like, okay, obviously there's no one here that's going to hold my hand. Obviously there's no one here that's gonna help me through this. Like my parents didn't support me, my family was against it. They're like, Katrina, go to school. But I was like, okay, if I go to school, you got to pay for it, you can't afford it, so I'm not about to put us both in a place where I don't want to be. Like that don't make sense. So I was like, I'm gonna just stick it out. And I was like, okay, Jerry, what I got to do, is this really gonna work? Because I don't know what to do. Like, yeah, I'm doing these numbers, but like, can we keep it going? Like, can we, like, I got results, can, like, what's next? And I was like, okay. And my friend Preston was like, okay, Katrina, you got to do personal development, you got to listen to these books, you got to. And I was like, okay, I could do it, let's do it. So 90-day plan, I want you guys to write this down. Make it a 90-day plan, make it a 10-day plan. I don't care how many days you make it, just commit to whatever day that you put down. Truthfully, I never got through my 90-day plan because in 21 days, I was able to get my mom's trip to Hawaii that I was talking about. And that was on it. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you see yourself in the vision and you're already there as you're working towards it. But in my 90-day plan, one, I wake up, I pray. I thank God. I thank God for another day. I make sure, he's a part of just whatever I got going on. At least I try to. And then I do my personal development. So whatever is on my heart that day. Sometimes it's like I want to listen to a sermon. Sometimes I'll listen to like Sarah Jake. Sometimes I want to listen to Jim Rohn. Sometimes I want to listen to a book. So I'll throw in a book for a little bit. And YouTube has books. So I know for those who have Audible, that's hella cool. I'm so happy for you. But there's free books on YouTube too. You just type up the book and then you say free Audible and then you listen to that one. And you could like fast forward it to, whatever chapter. The Four Agreements is a good one. It's another one I like. Four Agreements, The Secret. I'm super big on law of attraction. So anything that is like that gets my attention. So just really just indulging it into where it's like your second thought. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not listening to music, you're doing personal development. You should be in conversation with someone and be working on what you just listened to that morning. If it's putting someone else before you, if it's, making sure you're giving them the best version of yourself. If you are, learning to just receive them and not try to judge them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a personal thing, personal development, take it seriously because it really reflects in your business, So for the first year, I didn't have a team. I did this all retail. So all my numbers that I tell you guys on my first Don't just listen. Oh yeah, period. You got to play. My first year of doing Herbalife. Okay, I take that back. It wasn't that I didn't have a team. I didn't have a team of coaches that were leaders. I just signed people up and I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, I don't know how to teach you. I'm trying to figure out if I even want to do personal development today because they keep telling me this and I don't want to do it. Like, it was like literally me going against myself, and I'm 17 years old. Like, who's telling me to do this? Nobody. Like, I had to take that full accountability for myself. So there was times I was at where I'm with myself. Like, there was times I'd be so frustrated and I'd go in the kitchen and I'd just eat anything I saw. Like, there's times where I fell off. There's times I didn't want to work out. There's times I didn't want to reach out to nobody. There's times I had DMs. I didn't even want to talk to nobody. I go in this isolation mode. I even wrote it on my vision board for this year that breaking the cycle of isolation. Like, I'll get in these modes where it's like, I'm just not for people. I don't know. I just don't want to do it. And like I said, though, you got to get out of your own way until you know that it's you're your problem. There's nobody else. It's nobody else. It's not your mom. It's not what happened to you. It's not, your toxic relationship. We've all probably been in them or have had some ties to them. Like, somebody's opinion of you doesn't have to be a reality. You don't always have to take everything that everybody says to heart. You don't always have to use that and prove people wrong. Like, prove yourself wrong, like whoever you don't like, and whatever, like, that's only a reflection of yourself. Like, all your insecurities that that you try to bottle down and be strong about, like, it shows, and until you're able to become like transparent, and really be like, okay, I don't have it all together. I don't know what I'm doing, and be honest, talk about it, post about it. Those are the things that people don't do, because when you do that, you're able to connect to the person that is hesitant to reach out to you, that doesn't think that they're worthy enough of talking to you, or being where you're at. There's a lot of people that reach out to me. They're like, Trina, like, I was suicidal, or I was like, shit, me too. Like, this is real stuff that people don't talk about. But how are you supposed to think or know that it's possible that the work works when you're not even honest about your own story? How is someone supposed to see your vision when you can't even see your own? How are you supposed to see someone else's? You can't even see your own. So you got to make sure you're honest with where you're at. I had a mentor of mine that said, she said, you can't get from California to New York when you're starting it in Texas to New York. Like, you got to know where you're at. You can't. What did God say? It says, God says he won't bless where you pretend to be. So wherever you're at in your journey, just know it's for a reason. It's only for a season, and like, going up to prez or whatever you're at, even if you're getting to supervisor, like that's awesome. And I know that was even hard for me too in the beginning. Everybody's been in that position. It was up to them whether or not they wanted to keep going or kind of just slack off, or kind of just, oh, okay, well, so and so said it's hard. Shit, it is hard, huh? Kind of just, damn, and we're all guilty of it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I've never fell into that, because I have, shit, like, me and my team, like, and that's one thing that I really do appreciate, is when you're honest and vulnerable with yourself, and when you're just true to the work, and you're honest with your people on how it really is. Sometimes when you're going through your shit, they might be on top, and they might be able to pick you up. They, like, we all go through our things, so understand you are going to attract the people that you are in that season, and they're only reflections of you. Yes, they have their own stuff, they got their own vision, but there's a part of them that attracted them to you. So don't fight with that. Don't use what their strengths are against you. There's no competition. Like, if it's a team, it's a team. We're one. If I'm having a bad day and someone else is having a good day, shit, well, I better get on their wagon, because we all having a good day, I guess. Like, hello, like don't be the one to take your team down, especially if you're the leader. And I'm guilty of it, just knowing, okay, well, I'm having a bad day, and it's like you want to vent. Don't vent on your team if it's not the right time. Like it, it's that's not good leadership, so learn to keep your business and your personal, because there's going to come a time, and you're going to appreciate it so much, where your team is going to be able to see the personal in you, and they're going to be able to talk to you and be like, hey, like, what's going on, and that's when you're like, wow, somebody cares, somebody sees me, somebody, and I was able to attract that in my team, while just feeling like I had it all together, or just feeling, because I just kept going. I wasn't asking for attention. They gave it to me because I needed it at the time. That's what this is for, And I really did feel that love coming into the business, which is why I stayed. I felt that. I felt that with Maddie. I felt that with Steph. I felt that with Jerry. I felt that with Amanda. Like, Preston, everybody that is in the room, like, when you're there, it's literally family. Like, yeah, we're peeping the volume. Let me see yours. We're seeing where your check at, but it's not personal. It's business, But when business is finished, it's personal, and it's dope, So you really just you create your team, you create the vibe. There's no set, this is how Herbalife is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for those who have said that, I'm gonna be really, ooh. So coming into the business, I thought, it was only a certain way because of what was shown to me, and I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like everybody's looking at me like I'm not I'm not worthy, or I can't do it, or I'm too young. I show too much skin. I'm doing too much of this. I talk different. I always wear too much makeup. I'm all like so many things that was just like, it would really hurt, And I'd be like, damn, like, but then at the end of the day, I was like, do you pay my bills? Hmm. Do you know what I go through? Oh. And then you just get right back to it. Like, like, you really, like, it's as real as it gets, like, they could say whatever they want to say about you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is your journey. Like I said in the beginning, don't let nobody's opinion of you become your reality. If I let them talk to me the way that they did, like, they don't talk to me like that now. I promise you they don't. It's getting it's introducing me to their people now. And I'm grateful because I'm able to show them what a real leader is. I'm able to keep being that love, keep being that light. So they know if they're going through a difficult time and their insecurities are starting to, come out or whatever, let it go. Let it go. You don't know what anybody's been through at all. And you got to kind of just love on them, because that's really all we come into this opportunity for. Don't you want to feel confident? Like, isn't that why you started? Don't you want to get a check? Isn't that, like, can we be minimal here? Can we stop talking about how much it is? Like, why are you here? If you don't want to be here, stop coming then. But, like, why did you come? And focus on the little things. It doesn't have to be this huge mantra, when you focus on the little things and you're consistent in that every single day, the work works, So going back to the opportunity, so that is my personal vision of Herbalife, and that's just kind of how I see it. That's kind of what gets me going, But my first year, so my first month, sorry, let's start little. My first month, I got 6.4K, right? And I was like, dang, like, I did this, blah, 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 blah. And then the next month, when Jerry gave me my 90-day plan, I got I think it was 8.4K. And I was like, oh my gosh, Jerry. Like, and I'm telling him like how stressful it is, right? And he's like, Katrina, there's people doing 10K and that's like a standard for them. Like, I was like, ooh, so you want to be around people that are going to humble you, seriously, or you got to humble yourself, because it could sound like a lot, but because you're just in your own zone for so long, and you're just, oh, I got to do that. I got to, you don't really focus on, what other people got going on, but there's always someone that's doing more than you. And there's always someone that's not, so be humble enough to where what you say can reach out to those that aren't doing as much as you and those who are doing more. Keep that in mind, especially when you post, because you don't want to come off too like, oh, but then you don't want to come off like intimidated to where the people who are looking up to you can't trust you, So you want to be really mindful with what you say, just, attracting new people, whatever. So anyways, moving forward, I got up to 15K the following month. And then I was like, okay, well, 10K, if I could do 6, 8, 15, 10K got to be the standard because I want Hawaii. I got the Hawaii vacation just doing retail. Again, I didn't have a team my first year. I didn't have a team. Not again, I have a team of leaders. I would sign people up as coaches, and this is me being vulnerable and honest. I would sign people up as coaches, and I would leave them. I didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do. I was still trying to figure it out myself, So with doing 10K every single month, Herbalife sent me on vacation at the end of the year. They gave me a $1,400 check, just for flights. So anything that was left over, I pocketed. When I got there, they gave me a $500 voucher. That went to anything in the rooms, that was massages, that was room service, that was gifts for my family. And then I also had a coach out there, grateful enough. And after the vacation part, I stayed with her for a few days. So I got to experience Hawaii and this like luxurious, like, oh my gosh, Herbalife and all these gifts and da, da, da. And then I got to chill with her and like peep all of the casual like Hawaii life, jumping into caves, going to the beaches, like eating at the most like chill spots, it's cool and just experience that, So I feel like the opportunity isn't all for, all of the gifts and the glam and as much as, I would like to include that just so it's possible. I think it's for the person that you're able to become. Coming into this business, I remember I used to think like, oh my gosh, one day I want to talk on one of those stages, and one time they gave me the mic to talk about my first month and I was like, like what I'm supposed to say, So over time and just being able to work on yourself every single day is so worth it. So worth it, because one day you're going to look back and your team is going to preach what you preach to them. Your team is going to have results where you're like, damn, like, wow. But it's like, you got to keep in mind that was all tied to your yes. Like, imagine if you stop right now. Your client that just got some product yesterday, they're not going to have results because you fell off. Like your client, like maybe if you've been in this game for a minute, your client that you got a couple months ago, she's going to quit. Then she's going to gain heck of weight. She's going to fall into her whatever. And then you're just not going to care. Where's her coach at? And it's like, as much as you don't want to admit it, as soon as you start, you got to finish, don't quit too soon. You can't quit too soon. If you quit too soon, you're going to miss out on everybody's testimony tied to yours. And mind you, it might not even be tied to your name, but it could have been tied to your coach's name. And Helica could have got somebody and get some bomb results, get some bomb checks and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And that was all tied to my yes. I didn't quit. I was able to keep going to get her to where she could see her vision, keep her going. Not that I don't take credit for none of that. But I mean, initially it's all tied, even to my sponsor. I'm glad my sponsor didn't quit. We may have had our differences, but I'm so happy she stayed in it. She taught me you just gotta keep going. Like, sometimes stuff just don't work out the way you want it to. And you just gotta keep going. Don't quit too soon. And don't be too hard on yourself. You're still learning. Again, you're gonna fall a lot. It's okay. We all do. you know. But make sure you have those people that you could lean on, you know. And again, remember to keep business business and personal personal. So don't go to oh, my sponsor just left, y'all. so, so don't forget to keep your business business and your personal personal. And when you're going into your business with personal shit on you, keep it business. Like really keep it business, because your team isn't there to be your therapist all the time. You know, there's a time for it. You want to make sure you're there. You want to make sure you're there as a leader. You're present. You know, how are you showing up? Like really, how are you showing up? I know I gotta work on my attendance. You know, there's some stuff that we all gotta work on. Like don't fake it like you got it all together and then deny it. And you don't. Like we all got stuff to work on. Just keep note and show up 1% better every single time. If you showed up looking cute one day, cool. Next day, show up looking cute with a smile. Next day, show up looking cute with a smile and a button. Hello. Like be in it. If you're in it, be in it. But that's it. I mean, till this day, I don't even wear a button. But I come with a good attitude and a smile every time, I promise you. And we'll talk business. But you can do it any way you want. Herbalife doesn't have to be confined in somebody else's idea of it. Just like I said, nobody's opinion of you has to be your reality. So don't take others' opinions and leave them out the door and focus on your shit. That's it. Yeah, that's my notes. I hope. Oh, can I answer any questions? Anybody got questions? Oh, how do I get clients? I forgot. Sorry, Jerry. I was like, wait, there's something. Okay, so clients wise. When I start, what do I do? Okay, work from social media. How? Okay, so I post every single day. I post on my main page. I post on my story. On my main page, I try to keep it simple. I try to keep it like not so advertising, but I get to the point. So like if I'm posting a before and after picture, you don't have to go into detail on what she did every single day and this and this and this and this and this. Like they see it, cool. You know what I'm saying? Then you just be like, I don't know, like what's a cool little caption? Like always growing. It could be a cute little rebuild pic. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be a cool transformation. But on a fire selfie, okay, something that doesn't have to pertain to Herbalife, talk about your journey. Talk about everything. Talk about, oh, I when I woke up this morning, I had my tea and I'm feeling so good. Like you look good, obviously. You're not gonna be too selfish. You're not just gonna make sure, it's for the gram. No, you want to make sure it's for your business. You're using it for your business. You better trap them into some product. Hold on. you know but if it's already showing the product, if you're in your gear, if you're doing it, it's already, they see it, you don't gotta fake it, just some light, but then you see it, but let it be something that's nothing. You better talk your ass off about some Herbalife, and then you want to make sure you keep your lifestyle involved too. So when they go to your page and they see Herbalife, you don't want them to think they're following Herbalife. If they're following Herbalife, they see it. They would see the canister. They would want to see the label. Like, we don't want to do that. We want to be ourselves. So what do you like to do? Do you like to write? Do you like to draw? Post that with your team. You like your dog, post that in your workout. It just, whatever it is that you like to do, make sure you're incorporating your real life into your social media, because people are going to be able to relate to that. People are going to be able to be like, damn, like she likes music too. Like I like music. So like it's a vibe, and then maybe one day you're talking about energy and they're just going to trust you because you guys have the same interest. But if you're not being yourself, how would they know to even like care, really, you know? So you always want to be yourself, always want to just be vulnerable. Um, and on your stories. So you want to make sure you're posting collages. I like to keep mine with just like a white background, and just make sure that my collages are pretty and just plain and set up. And I post all of my transformations, like when I lost weight, when I gained weight, um, when I toned up, you know, my coach's stuff, my new client stuff, reviews, you know, and I'll post those. And sometimes I just won't say anything. I'll just post them, you know, and then one day I'll go into my journey. Like there's never, and I want you guys to remind yourself this, it's never a wrong time to talk about your journey. Ever, ever. It could be 2 a.m. If you can't sleep, go to your camera roll to your very first pictures and post your before. And you know, let your mind take over. Be creative. Just run with it. It don't have to be perfect. Every day is a new day. It could be every day is a new way of you talking about your journey. You know, it doesn't always have to be the same thing. You know, I always refer back to my toxic relationship, because when people post or when I post about, you know, certain quotes or whatever, people relate to it, and that's cool to me, you know. So I'll go in and just how I felt, you know, how did I feel about it? I felt depressed. I felt overweight. I didn't feel confident. Um, I ooh, ugh. I just didn't have a drive, you know, and I was going through things at home that I didn't really want to wake up to, you know. One night I even took 20 pills. Next morning, I ended up in the ER. Like, there's all stories to your story. You never know who's going to be able to relate to that. You know, years go by, nobody could even see that. But that all happened, you know? So be that light for someone, and don't be afraid to go back to those places that broke you. Don't be afraid to go back to those dark places, because not only are you helping someone else, you're also healing yourself. You're also being able to go back and be like, I'm like, I got out of that place. You know, damn, like I wouldn't even know who that person is. Like I wouldn't, I like who I am now, I wouldn't even recognize them. Be grateful of that, you know, keep going with that. Like people get inspired by that. Like that's awesome, but don't boast about it, because then I kind of feel like you didn't really get over it, you know. But hold light for those who are going through it, you know. Be like I said in the beginning, when you post, be considerate of those that are lower, that look to you as inspiration, and you don't want to intimidate them by trying to impress the people that are higher than you. Just be humble enough to know that, okay, this is my journey, this is where I'm at, I'm vulnerable, and I want to get better every single day, one step. So you just focus on you versus you, today to tomorrow. Every single day, just make that in your 90-day plan, in your routine. Me versus me today and tomorrow. Me versus me today and tomorrow. Me versus me today and tomorrow. Like nothing else matters. I always tell people, like the past was just as much as it was 2 years ago, as much as 10 minutes ago. Like you're never gonna get that back. Never. Like I can even get 2 minutes back. You know, why am I gonna trip off 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 minutes ago, 3 weeks ago? Like it's gone. Stop it. Let it go. Stop. You know, like you're literally only like putting more weight into the next day. Like you're like, oh my gosh, look at all this baggage, look at all this garbage. And like you take the trash out. Hello, go take a shower, get cleaned up, shake that shit off, meditate, pray, be grateful. You versus you, day by day. You know. So it doesn't matter where you're at in your journey. You don't have to be perfect to start. You definitely have to be willing to learn every single day. Um, every single day. It shows. It shows. I promise you. Um, yeah, you don't gotta be perfect to start at all. Period. Um, yeah, I hope that was everything. All that I can think of. Do you guys have any questions?
Katrina, what script do you use to reach out to people on Instagram or Facebook that you haven't spoken to in years?
Thank you. So for those, okay, so this is what I do. So I start with the 21-day challenge, right? This is how me and my coaches go about it. Say, okay, I'm looking for people to start my 21-day challenge. You get meal plans, workouts, all included. $25 entry fee. You don't have to be on product to join. So they come in, they don't have to be on product, but I mean, that money is going either to the pot or just, it's just extra money, like, and then, moving forward, you can get them started on an actual program. You say you don't have to get started on product, but, blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, okay, well, what is it? So then I'd be like, oh, so I get them started on a basic snatch program. So I call it snatch program. And you can make it however file format palette thing you want. And I put the tea, the aloe, Formula One, and protein. So I say the tea burns fat, boosts metabolism, gives you energy. The aloe detoxes your body and reduces bloating. The Formula One is vitamins, and the protein drink mix is your Formula One. Maintains your curves and keeps you full. I don't go into too much about the details, like on each
Guys too? You have to curve up the guys too?
For the guys, I say it maintains your muscle and keeps you full. So it's like, so for the girls, they say maintains your curves. For the guys, they say maintains your muscle. So you also got to be mindful of your audience. Who are you talking to? So put yourself in the customer's shoes before you talk to them. If they come at you with some like short, like, hey, like, what is this about? I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, don't be so advertising to where they can see it's copy and paste. Be more like, hey, how are you? Just kind of like easy sway, oh, there's this tea that I drink. Sometimes I mix it with aloe. Aloe detoxes your body. So make them separate messages, so just kind of go off the conversation. It doesn't have to be exactly to the tea. This is the format I use. But if I'm kind of just like in a rush that day, I guess you say, I would be like going off my templates, so then that would be the tea, the blah, 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 blah. And then make sure you include, if you guys don't have this already, word board, or with the Instagram fast replies, or you can copy and paste. These are just things that I've used. And when you could like label it like a snatch program, and it have like the breakdown. It could be like a weight gain, and then I would put the rebuilds or the shakes. I say, so 2 shakes a day will help you put on muscle along with real food, and the rebuild you'll have it after your workouts. Just keep it really, really simple. And then when you have when you go into them about purchasing it, you could say, go to my account or go to the link in my bio and let me know when you got an account set up. And then they'll create an account. And you say, okay, what's the email that you made it with? Go to your goherbalife.com, go to your customers, go to your recommended cart. You're going to type in their name, their last name, their email, and you're going to send them a cart of whatever you told them. If you don't know how to do that, contact your sponsor, and they can go through that with you. And then, so you could even have those carts on your saved recommended carts inside of your Go Herbalife. And how to do that, you would go to your customers, recommended cart, add new cart, and make a whole bunch of carts. So it could be a snatch program, it could be a detox, so tea, aloe, probiotic, it could be weight gain, the shakes, the rebuild, it could be post-workout, just the rebuild, restore, energy, tea, lift off, just make a whole bunch of random carts, and make sure you got the format. Facts, Jerry. Make sure you have the format to break it down, so, but make it in a way that you like to talk about it. You don't want to get bored with your own conversation, so when you talk to them, and you talk to them about some tea, throw in some emojis, ask them about their day, go on their page, like their pictures, talk about whatever they're posting, their food, their dog, like engage, like don't be so robotic, just be real with them. That way they're able, they feel comfortable going to you if they have any questions. They feel comfortable going to you if, they got a result. They don't just kind of keep it to themselves and keep it like more like, okay, well, I just bought it off her. Like, no, like, hello. Like, make sure they're inside your group chat if you guys have them. Send them motivation throughout the day. If you see them on their stories, hype them up, throw a little fire in their day, whatever it may be. You never know what little things that could really like be that light to somebody. You know, it could be a simple message. Don't gotta be oh yeah, period. Yeah, don't gotta be something too crazy. If it's somebody that is recurring ordering products all the time, you might want to get them a preferred membership. So the way I go about that, I said, you know, how do you, or would you like to become a VIP client, or you know, have you heard about our discount program? Yeah, that one's how I do it. Have you heard about our discount program? And they say, no, what's that? And then I say, it's basically a login to my website with everything at 25% off, and you can work up to 40%. And they'll give you gifts for just signing up. It's only $35. Like, super simple, you know, because then when you break down, oh, and the volume points to this and then to that and blah, 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 like, it's too much. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, you know, so you want to make it as simple as possible. So put yourself in their shoes. They don't know anything about Herbalife. They don't know what volume points are. They don't know about your documenting you got to do. They don't know none of that. Go straight to the point, you know? And so work backwards. So where are you trying to go? You're trying to get them as a PM? Okay, cool. So start there and then start back to their conversation. And then you're like, okay, hey, I want to re-up. And be like, oh, well, you've been ordering. Like, keep signing them up in the back of your mind. Like, you're right here. You're trying to meet them halfway, you know. But you don't want to just throw up on them, you know. You don't want to be like, oh, because they're like, oh, never mind. You got a coupon code or something, you know. Like, you got to know your language to your team. You gotta know. You just gotta know. And it takes practice. Don't be discouraged when you get a no. There's no's everywhere. You know, don't be discouraged when, you know, somebody isn't interested or just, you know, is being rude about it. Like, everybody goes through it. And don't feel bad when you do it wrong. There might be a time where, you know, you might just be having a bad day, or you might be just in a rush or doing too much at once, and, you know, you're just trying to knock it out, and you might say something that you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said it that way, or should have said it like, you know. That's a learning experience. You know, it's never like it's you lost something. It's always like you learned what not to do, so don't do it again. And there's a billion other people out there, and you could still get to press team with just a little bump in the road. Like, nobody knew about it, so just keep going, you know. And know your ratio. So when you're talking to people, and let's say you got like two people out of 10 people, okay, and, you know, let's say you talk to that 11th person and they say no. You're like, damn, I'm gonna quit. Like, you know, you're like, fuck it, not today. No, like, know your ratio. If you took 10 people to get 2, you better talk to 20 people so you can get 4, you know, and you just keep going. So when I started as, you know, just doing retail, when I didn't really have my team, you know, going, I would just base it off of my own volume points. So I was like, okay, if it took me about 15 clients to get this much, okay, I'm just gonna have to reach out to another like 20, 30 people. And I need 20 clients total. So I just need 5 people. I need 5 people. So I'm gonna talk to as many people until I get 5. I just need 5. Like, you know, and make it where there's like anticipation to it. You know, my team does a really good job. They'd be like, I have 5 snatch programs left. There's no limit to how much you can do. We just say that, you know. We'd be like, there's 4 spots left. There's no limit. We just say that, you know. And I know it's like kind of like, oh my gosh, like, why would you say that? It was just, well, that's my goal. Like, I'm not doing any wrong. That's my goal. That's what I have to hit. Like, what are these ads and what are these other, you know, businesses and whatever that they're doing? Like, yeah, exactly, creating the urgency. Like, it's now. Like, I need you right now. Can we get it done right now? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be coaching them. You're a dope coach, right? You're gonna love on them, right? You're gonna give them what they need, right? They're gonna get results, right? They can get the products at a discount, right? So, like, why wait? You know, if you can meet them halfway already, and they come to you, that was your person to begin with. So I don't see no wrong in doing so. You know, so I mean, just creating the urgency, creating the vibe, making sure you attract, you know, well, not saying you can't really control who you attract, but know that who you are is attracting, whatever you're attracting in. So if you don't like it, change yourself, and then you'll get some different news, But yeah, no, I'm pretty much done. I think that was it. So if you guys have any questions, I would love to answer them.
I have a question. So, Catrina, thank you for coming on the call for us. And I just want to get, because I know there's a lot of people, right, that want to go from where they're at right now, whether it be senior consultant, qualified producer, supervisor, right, to that next level as far as world team, active world team, global expansion team, and beyond, right? So my question is, what was your mindset like? What were the things that you were thinking of consistently daily when you were trying to progress in the business, as far as, you know what I'm saying? Because you obviously you need more people on your team to do volume, to grow. Like, what was your mindset behind that?
I would say, so, and attracting a team and getting to the next level is not so much so trying. Like, when you try, I feel like it's so much pressure, see yourself is already, excuse me. So when I think of my goals, or when I thought to get, right, I thought I thought should even press sometimes, I was like, if I was a press team member, what would I do right now? Would I be chilling with my friends going out? What am I doing? What is the point? So putting myself in the shoes of where I wanted to be and practicing that daily, like I said, like there's days where I really like indulge in personal development, but it wasn't because I liked it. It was because I was like, okay, well, obviously something's not working, and your own things you got to work on. So again, be vulnerable, be honest with yourself, and work on those things. Be consistent. Don't get too far off your meal plan. Be consistent. Be connected to your team. It's like, so when I started and I was doing these numbers, right? 1 second, I need to turn this on. Okay, hello, I'm back. So when I started and I was, getting connected or whatever, and I saw my points, a lot of press team members were like, what is she doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just posting, on social media. I don't really know. I just post. Every time I take the product, boom, post it. Every time it's going, I'm drinking it, posting it, every single time, talk about my day, listen to music, vibe out a little bit, go to that, just whatever. So when I was with them and I was around just like the things they were talking about, I was like, damn, they're just like me. They're literally just like, they don't do nothing different. Like press team members. Oh my gosh. People's is crazy. They really call me on Zoom. Oh my God. Sorry, I had like timed up for a minute. But press team members are no different than us. Like they're really not. Like they use the product, they wear the brand, they talk to people. The only difference is that they talk to more people. That is the only difference. I'm literally like, I literally cannot wrap my head. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so sorry. But I'm so sorry, guys. They're literally the same as us. Nothing is different about them. And when I talk to them, they're like, man, 6 years ago and blah, blah, blah. And they're telling me all these numbers. I'm like, damn, like I only started last month. So you're telling me if I do this every single day, I'll be, and they're like, oh no, you'll be way past us. Like we're trying to figure out what you're doing, I'm like, that is so crazy. So everybody that's come into this journey, and no matter how high they are, like let it be world team. If you're trying to get to world team, if you're trying to get to, supervisor, wherever you're climbing up, like all it really takes is more people. That's it. That's really it. And just working on yourself. So in your thoughts throughout the day, remember to check in with your thoughts. Remember to really check in and be like, okay, what am I thinking about? Am I thinking about, my past? Am I thinking about what I got to do today? Like, what is the focus, And sometimes you might have to check yourself and be like, okay, my vision. What is your vision? If your vision is press team, cool. What would a press team member be doing right now? what is Prez Trina doing right now? I'm like, she's on a call. Cool. Okay, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, like, that's dope, you know? But if I wasn't, then okay, let me do some personal development. Let me reach out to people. Let me, you know, check in with the team, post something in the chat, you know? So always stay active. You know, there's never a wrong time to be in your business. It's 24 hours. You're a coach 24 hours. You know, maybe not 24 hours, but you guys get the point. You know, always just staying connected. And I feel like whoever's the most connected at the end of the day has done the most work. And that's just personally my opinion, because it's like, how are you supposed to grow and you're not really, you didn't even come today. You didn't even show up. You talking about what? Like, you know, but if I see them posting, okay, they on it. Okay, if I see them reaching out, okay, you reach out to some people. If I see them, you know, making calls, you know, being on a call, cool. If I see them taking notes, writing what they're grateful for, you know, all these extra, like, the more connected you are, the more you're gonna grow. Like they say, you need 10,000 hours to be a professional or something, or, you know, to master something. Did you put your 10,000 hours in Herbalife? If you haven't, don't quit yet, you know? But I mean, you know, you can't expect great results when you're not willing to stay, you know? So I feel like for those who want to get up and get moving, like, and if you're struggling, I really feel like you just haven't been in it long enough. Or I feel like you're just not really trying, like, to be honest, because when you're in it and when you're in that mode, like, there's like when you're in that mode and you're trying to get to that next level, like, all you could think of is praise. Like, you just be so excited, like, you know, and all you can think of is get, you know, and you're just like, wow, like, can't wait to be doing this with my team. And it's fun. You get energy off of it. It's fun. You get to talk to your team about it. They talk back. It's cool. Like, you vibing, you know, it's good vibes. Like, then with the tea, you just have so much energy, you know, like, it's not hard to talk about. It's not hard to do. So I feel like if you're struggling, it's really just you in your own way, you know, and just put more time in it. And if that takes putting more time into you, do that. Don't do no business until you're correct, you know, come correct, right? You know, you just want to make sure you're applying not only what you learned to your business, but you're applying yourself, the new version of you, to your business too, you know, and the more you grow, the more your business grows. And I hope that doesn't sound too, you know, like, did you just say that? But,
Hey,
you know,
Katrina, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I wanted to ask you a question because you were
hi.
saying something. Hey, so this is Ernie Federico.
Oh,
Uh,
is Marie with you? Where's
Maria's
Marie?
right behind me.
Oh, hey,
There she
Maria.
is. Yeah.
Hey, girl. Hey.
So I have this question because obviously your passion is really coming through, and you know your energy and your excitement. What would you tell the person who maybe doesn't feel as passionate and energetic and as excited? What kind of advice would you give to them so they could, you know, feel that when they talk to people and be able to come
You gotta
through?
lean on somebody. You gotta lean on somebody. You got to. You got to. And that's what a team is for. You know, like I said, there's business and then there's personal. And when you're so connected with your team to where business is just like, it just flows, it starts to become personal, you know? And like I said, you don't want to pour that emotional, like, pull, you know, just walking in the room like, oh, I'm just having a bad day. Like, and I don't want to, you know, like, you don't want that, but you want somebody where you could confide in. You want someone where you could just vent to and be like, look, this is what's going on and this is how I'm feeling. What do I do? And you need somebody that's gonna give you the light that you need. They like someone that can see your own light and give it right back to you, you know. And I know it's hard, but I've been in multiple seasons and multiple situations, and I didn't think I could do it. You know, I really did. I was like, look, I didn't have a team my first year. I don't really need one. And, you know, I don't really think this is for me anymore. And I would talk myself out of it. So as much as was so great and so, you know, oh my gosh, little baby's doing this and blah, blah, like, that's cool. But nobody knew what I was going through. You know, nobody knew behind closed doors what had just happened. Like, so it was like, I felt like I was like almost becoming self-destructive. So I won't ever say that it was easy. I would ever, but I'm authentic enough to tell you that you had to work on yourself. I had to admit, like, okay, this is so uncomfortable for me right now. Like, I need energy, and this tea is just not doing it today. Like, what am I gonna do? And you got to be around those that are willing to pour into you. That are willing to just love you no matter what. No matter what you look like, no matter what you're going through, because when you're able to restore your light back up again, I promise you, you are 5 times stronger, 10 times stronger. Like, everything just feels like, damn, I really got through this again. Like, there's nothing that none of us have gone through that we didn't make it out of right now in this moment. I don't care what COVID has done to your physical, to your mental, to your finances. You showed up on this call. You're still in it, and I think that alone is powerful. So if you could take the grits of your just own brokenness, and you could be like, damn, like, I did it, then I'll do it again. Shit, try me. And when you got to get right back in it. And like I said, like, it doesn't matter how many times you fall out, like, it's gonna happen. It doesn't matter, how you're feeling so matters. Stay connected, keep growing, be honest with yourself, know your situation, let it go, and be around those willing to pour into you. And sometimes it could be from people you don't even expect. So always welcome those that are around you. Always, because you never know. It could be from somebody that's just starting Herbalife. They're at senior consultant, right? They just got there, and they're like, dang, girl, you look good today. You like, oh, girl, thank you. Like, I just needed that. You don't even know it just happened right now. Like, it could in that little thing, and you're just right back to your results, right? Your focus is back in, and then you're able to keep going, So always welcome those, and just surround yourself with light. And I think the way that you can really be authentic, and I really feel that, is if you really got to just work on yourself and learn to give that light to other people, not expecting nothing in return. Just give that light, because when you're able to give that light, you obviously aren't feeling good when you need exactly what you already are. So what do? You go around people like you. That's it. That's really it. And there's no money you can put on it. There's no amount of time, that can make up for it. If your passion is whatever, like, that's great. But at the end of the day, we all need each other. We all need to grow. We're all in this for one thing, right? We want to, well, multiple things. We want to feel confident, get money, get results, get money, like, right? So we could all just, stay around like-minded people. Like, there's nothing that could stop us, and I think that's where your passion kind of just, it comes back to you, just like I feel right now. I was thinking about, like, when you said, I was like, oh my gosh, I just thought about where I was a couple months ago. Like, my grandma was really, like, on her lifeline. I was, oh my God. Like, it was crazy, man. Like, my grandma's heart was failing, and I literally couldn't do anything about it. And with COVID and everything, I said, oh no, not me. Sorry, God. But, like, if she goes, I'm finna cut too, because no, like, no, there's no way. Not my grandma, no way, And first thing I did, I was like, okay, okay. Like, and I was just crying and crying and crying. I wasn't thinking about Herbalife. I wasn't, but I stay connected. What I do, I go to the shop. I see my sponsor, and she has these mom eyes, and I'm like, and I just started crying, it's like, oh my gosh, like, and I just, went in and and went off with Anna, pass it out to my, oh yes, let's go, let's do it, let's close off. But anyway, stay connected.
Okay, awesome sauce. Sorry, I'm doing mommy duties, showers and bedtime and all that. First off, I want to genuinely thank you, Catrina, little baby, for tapping in with us, and giving what I had already expected in the disclaimer I gave y'all, which literally was pure shit only. That just sums up literally everything she gave us. Stay pure, literally, from what you do, to your intentions, to your actions. Never be humbled enough. Never be too good to be humbled. Okay. And it doesn't matter if it's somebody that's below you, senior consultant, or someone who's above you. I personally have already learned not this past weekend, but JKO was a learning experience for me. I was in a house full of people from team members to sideline, and I learned something from people that were below me. So you're never too good. Again, thank you, Catrina. Like, you have no idea. The realness is what keeps people around, is how I feel, because like you said, sometimes it can be a lot and it can scare people off. So don't be intimidated. Do not quit too soon. Stick around, stay tapped in, whether it be the person who brought you in or someone who is doing the business with you and your accountability partner. All right. If there are any questions, please feel free to either reach out to your sponsor and then that person can get in contact with Catrina, or make sure to follow her on Instagram. She will, she's not one of those people who doesn't get back to you. All right. So other than that, G,
And if
do
I
your thing.
haven't reached out to you, or if I hadn't responded, don't hesitate to double text. Please don't hesitate to do that. Sometimes I can get lost in my stuff. Okay, that's it.
We love you.
I love you guys too. I hope you guys have a good day. Have a good night. Rest up.
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Thanks, Katrina.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Love you, Catrina. It's awesome.
Love you, doll.
All right. Oh, we're just gonna say real quick, if I see people logging off, but real quick, we're picking the name for the challenge. The name of the challenge should be out tonight. We're gonna send the flyers out. That's going down. BOM is right now. So write your goals down. If you haven't wrote them down yet, you have until the end of tonight to not be behind on writing your goals down. Other than that, you guys, we got all month. We got 27 days, 28 days, February, 27 days. Let's get to it. And yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the music. Y'all do y'all thing, and that's gonna be that.